The reality is that whole agenda again. We don't like Meghan Markle. She's the enemy to the royals, and she somehow destroyed the royals and their reputation, even though they're harboring.
Why did Meghan come here looking for Africa?
Hey guys, welcome back to Human No Resource. So Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, are getting flagged on social media, especially on mainstream media, right after their visit from Nigeria.
Now, before we get into this nakedness and where it comes from, let's go back to the Nigeria trip. Now, the Duke and the Duchess of Sussex were invited to Nigeria thanks to the Chief General,
the Minister of Defense,
Christopher Musa. He invited them on a personal capacity, okay? Personal capacity. They weren't there on any royal occasion or visit. So let's get that out of the way. Now, I'm sure you guys already know the visit was planned in connection with Prince Harry's role as a founder and a patron of the Invictus Games Foundation, which supports wounded and injured and sick service people, both serving and veterans, because we all know Nigeria joined the Invictus Games in 2022. So they have a very strong, valid reason being there.
Yeah.
Now, their visit was very good, according to mainstream media. I'm not talking about the ones that came out right now, okay? UK and the USA. I'm talking about other mainstream media basically said that their visit was wonderful.
Very welcoming, very, they really...
Great reception from everybody. Meghan Markle discovers that she's 43% Nigerian. Come on now. So she's discovering her roots, which is a wonderful thing. Now, the thing is, when they went back, immediately upon them landing to Los Angeles, California, wherever they're from, immediately mainstream media start taking videos and pictures of them leaving, saying, oh, they're no longer holding hands. Very shady remarks, because even prior to those photos taken at the airport, I think in LA, people saw a lot of wonderful photos of them holding hands, getting close, being very receptive, children's running towards them. And people were saying maybe they're not so toxic, narcissists, come on now.
Yeah, they said a lot.
Grifters, all that stuff. And
Opportunists.
right. And so now, with that information coming out, the positive news of their visit, that is when the UK media decided to take their own kick at a story. And this is what they said. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Nigeria trip left the King and the Prince of Wales absolutely furious. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's regal-style trip to Nigeria is a bold statement that they refuse to accept that they're no longer working royals. Author Tom Quinn remarked that the visit confirmed their worst fears for the Duke of Sussex family and has left the King and the Prince of Wales absolutely furious. Everything you might expect from an official royal visit was there. The receptions, the visits to the schools, the charity to wounded soldiers and disabled. Wow.
Yeah, it's just, again, it's another slam to Meghan and Harry.
And there was more. You know what part it took me is that it had all the elements of a royal visit, visiting the charities, doing charity work,
Going to schools.
probably visiting the poor.
Yeah, and the veterans. And in the end of the day, the reality is, according to Tom Bauer, who's the royal biographer, he said King Charles never liked going to Africa.
His new job as king?
I fear not. I mean, he never liked going to Africa. He was forced to go to Africa shortly before he became king because he neglected the Commonwealth. He liked going to the White Commonwealth.
Yeah, so I thought we made it already clear, like the Duke and the Duchess of Sussex, they stopped being working royals back in 2020.
Yes.
And the General Christopher Musa said that they're there not in a official capacity, they're there for personal reasons.
Exactly.
So let's stop that. Besides, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry always been going to Africa. In 2019, they were
Especially
there.
South Africa.
Malawi, they went to Botswana, they went to all these areas. So these guys are known to go to Africa all the time. Let's be clear, UK royals, there's a lot already in your hands. Okay, there's a lot of sick members, so start that healing process.
Start focusing on that. Or Prince Andrew, can I say that?
Or Prince, exactly.
What happened to Prince Andrew?
Yeah, let's not even go there. Nobody's
No,
ready for that conversation.
No, because nobody wants to talk about it, but they really want to talk about Meghan Markle and what she's dressing, what she's wearing. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so once all that information kind of didn't take the turn they really wanted, we have this remark coming out, which I think personally it's very offensive, how the UK and the US media ran with it. And it's this statement. Nigeria's First Lady slams influence of US stars after Meghan's visit. Nigeria's First Lady slams US celebs after Meghan Markle's visit. It almost feels like all the media outlets are working together to paint a certain image, as if the Nigeria's First Lady is slamming Meghan Markle over nakedness. And did you see the deliberate photos they put? Like
Yes.
Meghan Markle, like, you know, that shoulder.
Side panel.
Yeah.
Side profile, I mean.
It's almost looking at the back and all that stuff. And they're disregarding all the other outfits she has on. Well, how about this? How about if we actually listen to what the First Lady of Nigeria actually said?
The message here is we have to salvage our children. You know, we see the way they dress. They keep forgetting that Nigeria, we are beautiful. The moment you can see what they showcase on the stage, I said we are fashionable. We see what is going on.
Especially their weddings.
We are not having a Met Gala. And everyone, their nakedness is just everywhere. And the men are well clothed.
Yeah.
So we have to do something. Tell them the way it is.
Yeah.
We don't accept nakedness in our culture.
We don't.
That is not beautiful.
They have a strong
It's
culture. I
not
get
beautiful
it. I
at
get
all.
it.
And they're all beautiful girls.
They are.
But they should be confident to know they are. They don't want to be like, even they're mimicking and trying to emulate film stars from America. They don't know where they come from. Why did Meghan come here looking for Africa?
See? Okay.
That is something we have to take home with.
Period.
We know who we are,
Yes.
and don't lose who you are.
Now that is the First Lady of Nigeria, Remi Tinubu, and she's basically addressing the ladies of Nigeria, especially the young girls. Be proud of who you are, represent your culture, stop trying to imitate the ladies of the West. They don't know who they are.
Ooh,
You
okay.
have people like Meghan Markle who's trying to come to your country and claim it as a motherland because she's 43% Nigerian and who's proud of your culture and who wants to assimilate and all that. And she's trying to draw those type of parallels. I don't know how the Western media took it and said that, you know, Remi Tinubu is calling Meghan Markle nakedness. Don't come to our country. Imitate.
Or you might be corrupting her or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't assume. No, that's not the way. At least it's being received over here. What
Okay.
she's basically saying is that, you know, Nigerian women, young ladies, be proud of your culture and who you are. Dress it proud.
Yeah.
You're having people like Meghan Markle coming to your country out
Learning
of
her
respect,
heritage.
learning her heritage, want to learn more and more. Why is she coming to Africa? Because there's something to be proud of. That's
Yeah.
the way I interpret it, at least.
Interpret it like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
And to be honest with you, if we're gonna run with the whole UK narrative or the US narrative about Meghan Markle nakedness, I swear to God, do you see how they always believe women have the rights to dress however they want to dress?
Yeah. They empower women being, you know, free to do whatever they want with their
Only
bodies.
when it's
Okay.
convenient to them, because do you
Of
see how they're
course.
plastering her picture with the, it's like, oh wow, and say nakedness. Slow down, because when you look at Kate Middleton, when she was over in Jamaica, she dresses
Nobody
similarly,
talks about it.
similarly like Meghan Markle. Or how about Princess Diana, the late Princess Diana, back in the 90s when she went to Nigeria. She dressed up similar like Meghan Markle. Nobody called it nakedness. Nobody called it anything you want. I don't even think Nigeria called it nakedness. They dressed how they dress according to it. Plus, Meghan Markle, that wasn't the only attire she was wearing. She even wore Nigerian outfits.
Yeah.
Okay, Nigerian dresses. Like, the hypocrisy is wild with this media.
Now, do you think the First Lady was throwing hidden shade, though?
Couldn't catch it.
You couldn't catch
I
it,
can see
huh?
it too. No.
Listen, in the end of the day, I'm going to say that I wish she had said her, you know, used her words a little bit different. You know, the speech was fantastic. I always say, listen, I like the speech, especially if you're giving it in a conservative country. However, the person who's saying it is being a hypocrite a little bit.
Oops.
And why I'm saying this is she does have a daughter who is a runway model who's wearing revealing clothes, actually showing her nakedness. Okay. So if I was her, I would say I always preach about modesty and, you know, representing your culture in the bestest way you can, even in my household, even to my kids. Okay. If whatever they choose in their life, okay, that's up to them.
They're adults.
They're adults, right?
Right.
But I preach that in my household, and I'm going to preach that in my country.
Right.
Now, if she had said that way, then I would be like, you know what? That's an acceptable speech, right?
okay.
But the fact that you didn't even bring about your daughter and what she's doing on social media and how she's on runways with her nakedness, come on.
Okay.
Now,
so now you're talking about the internal issues with
listen,
the country.
listen. I'm not going to deny it. We have these type of aunties in our culture.
And even in our culture.
They will talk about other people's households
And how they
right?
dress.
and how they dress and what they do outside and everything, but they don't talk about their own kids.
Yeah.
We all have that type of aunties.
Yeah.
So
it's just the only part that bugged me is how UK and US media plucked it up. Okay. Not respect, not knowing. They didn't even get into the depth of the whole culture of what the woman was talking about. She talked about a lot of important stuff, I think. So I always believe, don't lose your culture. culture. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all dress differently how we feel like, but I feel like it's good. Sometimes people feel they don't feel proud representing their culture. You know, represent it how you want to. But I don't like how they pluck the necessary things they needed to target Meghan Markle.
Weaponize her.
To weaponize her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I think how she dressed it was really lovely. I think she was very beautiful. And the reality is that whole agenda again. We don't like Meghan Markle. She's the enemy to the royals, and she somehow destroyed the royals and their reputation, even though they're harboring Prince
Andrew. Yeah.
Literally, they have a disgraced prince in the in the
Surprised he's
castle.
still a prince. Let me tell you some little good news too. I think she's planning on her second visit to Ghana. So, so it is what it is. Okay, take it
And
how
she
you want
has
to take
every
it.
right to go there.
Yeah, I don't understand. They like going to Africa for
The
the longest.
reality is, if you like it or not, they are becoming the new face of the royals. That's the thing is. They don't have baggage, okay? They're good-looking people. And at this point, the royals need them more than they need them. Yeah. So that's where we are right now.
Okay. Anyways, guys, sound off below. What do you think about this issue?
And please like and subscribe this video. And bye now.